Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another edition of the Cards to Diecast 4 channel. I want to thank you for watching. And in this episode we are going to be doing an unboxing of the 1989 Maxx race card set. This is the sophomore edition of the race card, or technically it's the third, depending if you separate the Myrtle Beach and the Charlotte sets. But nonetheless though, this is the second year in which Maxx decided to create a set of race cards for the Charlotte-based sport known as NASCAR. So let's go ahead and just crack this thing open. As you can see, it's a big pile of cards here, so it may take a while here, but nothing that we're going to be too nervous to do. We'll go ahead and start. Let's see how we're going to do this here. I guess we'll start from the back. It's a 220 card set. And so we'll just grab a stack from the back and we'll go ahead and make a little deal here. So this isn't in order. We're going to go ahead and start from 177, and we're going to go from 177 to 220. All right. So we have Ed Barrier. We have a picture of Kenny Wallace, Joe Thurman, zoom this in a little bit more, picture of Bobby and Davy, the old Sugar Bird or Super Bird from back in the old days, Smokey, a picture, I'm not sure, is that David Pearson? I'm not too sure. They got a picture of Ralph. I'm taking it Ralph Earnhardt, maybe. Donnie, picture of Donnie. This must be the, I guess, their version of insert cards. Marvin and Johnny, I believe. Fred, for Fred Lorenzen. Wendell Scott. Curtis Martin, I think his name was. Asheville, Weaverville. Or Weaveville, Chris Jr., Daryl, Marvin. Getting a good first CMS race. Picture of David Pearson. Getting yourself a big history lesson. Even I don't even know a lot of these places or guys. Talladega, Tim Flock, Fireball Roberts, Bobby Allison, I think, or Bobby or somebody else. I'm not sure who that is. Wood Brothers, Gentleman Ned Jarrett. Then we have a picture of Jack Ingram, Jeff Bodine and Brett Bodine, Elmo Langley, Steve Grissom, Ronald Cooper, Morgan McClure Racing, Ronnie Silver, Jimmy Spencer, I think this is his rookie card here, Ben Hess, Kenny and Rusty, Bob Whitcomb, Billy Standridge, Glenn Wood. This reminds me a lot of the L.D. Ottgetter. Picture of David Pearson. This reminds me a lot of the 91 tracks where you just have all these drivers and individuals that only people in Charlotte would know. Jimmy Hensley. And finally concluding the series with a picture of Kyle and Richard. Forgot to include a checklist for card number 217. Alright, then we're going to go ahead and break down 135 through 176. So we're just grabbing chunks and we're going from top to bottom. Here's Rob Moroso. This kid would have been, he was the Kyle Busch of the early 90s. He was killed because he drank and drove after a NASCAR race, I think at North Wilkesboro, and made himself a stain on the pavement, along with an unfortunate woman who was just driving home in her van. So never drink and drive, kids. Never drink and drive. This looks like a summation of the various victories from or not last year, but from 1988, which Bill Elliott won the championship that year, in case you're wondering. Dale Earnhardt, which they decided, which this year has a Dale Earnhardt card that some people say is his actual rookie card, because this is the first year that I think they came to an agreement to process a card for Dale Earnhardt that would be like a standard portrait card. That would be considered his actual card. So, but of course we know what the truth is. I've already gone through that with the 88 unboxing with the Dale Earnhardt rookie card. So if you want to check that out, check out my channel. Yeah, this is all the various victories from last year. Here's a victory card for Dale Earnhardt. Victory lane card again. Davey Allison, another victory. Darrell Waltrip. Victory lane for Rusty Wallace, who finished second that year. Another one for Rusty Wallace. A third one for Rusty Wallace. Here's a picture of Alan Kowicki. I might actually have that card graded. That's for his Phoenix win. And then we have some more driver cards. Tommy Ellis, Billy Hagan, Rod Osterlund, Elton Sawyer, and Robert Yates. Alright, now this chunk is going to be the 134 through 85. So we'll start with Dennis Conner, Mike Hill, Richard Childress, Greg Sacks, Wendell Wilson, Chad Little, couldn't pronounce his name, Harold Elliott, Cliff Champion. Alright, this section here will be the count up to count down. This will be 134 through 85. So let's go ahead and do this. A lot of crew chiefs in this one. Dennis Conner, Mike Hill, Richard Childress, Dale Earnhardt's owner all those years, Greg Sacks, Wendell Wilson, Chad Little, Norman Guy, Harold Elliott, Cliff Champion, Sterling Marlin. Here's a driver card here. Trevor Boyes, there's a driver there. Slick Poston, Jack Elder, and by the way, the big hit, I guess you will, is the argued either rookie card or second year card for Dale Earnhardt, which we will get at the very end. Connor Saylor, Bill Elliott, talking about his popular driver award, Richard Petty's accident in Daytona, Neil Bonnet, who died in practice for 94, Daytona 500, a bunch of 88 year in review cards. If I'm going too fast, remember you can press the pause button to examine a little bit more should you wish to. Just a bunch of pictures of the old 1988 NASCAR. Boy, was it different back then. Boy, was it different. But boy, man, I tell you, it's a pretty cool thing to be going through all the various years or races of the year, making a summation. For every race. That's pretty neat. If you're interested in other NASCAR unboxings, I have a 2016 Panini Torque, or not Torque, although I was supposed to put that up. As of this taping, the Panini Torque has been delayed a month and a week because they can't get the autographs for the drivers. So I do have a Panini Prism video up, though, that if you want to check that out, see if it's worth your money investing in. Tommy Houston, Kenny Bernstein, famous dragster, and Jack Roush. Alright, this chunk here will be card 84 through 45 as we count down to the second year Dale Earnhardt card. Doug Williams, Mickey Gibbs, Darrell Bryant, 88 champion, of course, as I said, Bill Elliott, Bud Moore, Jimmy Means, Billy Woodruff, Rusty Wallace, Phil Parsons, Leonard Wood, Hut Strickland, Ken Thompson, Gary Nelson, Pit Crew Champions team for Dale Earnhardt, Rick Hendrick, who owns Jeff Gordon's old team, and Jimmy Johnson, Dale Jr., and now Chase Elliott. Rick Mast, Brad Teague, Derek Cope. Got a checklist here. J.D. McDuffie, who would, if this is for 89, he would only have one more year of life. He died in 1990. Ernie Elliott, Morgan Shepherd, Dale Inman, Junior Johnson, David Smith. Now we're getting to crew members. Jimmy Fleming, Jimmy Horton, Mike Beam, Jimmy Makar, Lake Speed, and Mike Alexander. Alright, and our final stack here will be card number 44 through the intro card of number 1. However, we will be skipping card number 3, and I'm sure you know why by now. Card number 1 starts off with the Rookie of the Year. And who is the Rookie of the Year? Ken Bouchard, Ernie Irvan, Rick Wilson. Now we start getting to some driver cards. Jeff Bodine, Mark Martin, Alan Kowicki, Bobby Hillen, Bill Elliott. It's so simplistic, the seats that they used to have and the equipment that they used to have, that they used to pass off as protection for back in the day. Harry Hyde, and Harry Hyde was the guy that inspired the movie Days of Thunder. If you remember the popsicle eating scene and the scene where the crew chief tells Cole Trickle to hit the pace car because he hasn't hit anything else, or he's hit everything else on the track, might as well go ahead and hit the pace car. That's a line from him that I think he told Benny Parsons. Ken Schrader, Ricky Rudd back in that green Quaker State colored car, Rusty Wallace, Davey Allison, Dale Jarrett, Michael Waltrip, Jimmy Sauter, Todd Parrott, Harry Gant, Rodney Combs, Tony Glover, Will Lind, Cale Yarborough, Kirk Shelmerdine, to Felix Sabatis, car owners, Raymond Beadle, who owned Rusty Wallace's team during his '89 championship, Jim Bound, Kyle Petty, Richard Petty. Go ahead, do a back of him. Richard Petty, and then Jeff Hammond. Then finally, of course, the big hit for this box is the '89 Maxx Dale Earnhardt number 3 car. It's the same picture that if you remember watching my video with the Dale Earnhardt rookie card, is the same picture on the rookie card. In fact, some people say this is actually his rookie card. However, it is not. It is not. That other card that I showed you is his actual rookie card. And so what I'm going to do here for this card is I'm actually going to put it into a soft sleeve and then grab one of these card 1 savers, because this is what you put these cards into whenever you want to send a card off to PSA. And then you crunch it, you get all the crunchies out of it, and then you slowly allow it to go into the deal, and you let it decide when it stops. Don't try to push it down anymore. And there you go. Now the card is eligible for PSA grading. All you gotta do is send it in, and so that will take care of it. Got a couple of other cards here that I might consider getting graded. I'm not sure if I'm going to do it now or not. I did see a small bend in that Dale Earnhardt at the corner, and if I don't get a Gem Min 10 out of that, I kind of not want to get all the rest of these graded. But I don't know. Richard Petty, Harry Gant, Ken Schrader, Ricky Rudd, Rusty Wallace, Dale Jarrett, Michael Waltrip, Neil Bonnet, Darrell Waltrip, Jeff Bodine, Terry Labonte, Ernie Irvin, Mark Martin, Davey Allison, Bill Elliott, and Alan Kowicki. I might get all those cards graded as well, because that'll just be something for my own personal collection. That's not something I'll be trying to sell. So nonetheless, though, I want to thank you all for watching. Simple video, not a whole lot to say. Also, I'm pretty tired right now. I've done several unboxings, but this has been the unboxing of the 1989 Maxx race card set. Hope you enjoyed. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see y'all later.